Of factorization, the process of creating a list of factors of the given polynomial. Simply we can say that we are going to create a list of factors for the given polynomial. And factorization is classified into two methods. Means we are going to find the factors by using two methods. The first method is by splitting the middle term, and the second method is by using the factor theorem. I hope everyone understood the factor theorem. So by using factor theorem, we are going to find the factors of the given polynomial. When we are going to use the splitting of the middle term is for the polynomial of the degree 2. We are going to use this method only for polynomial of degree 2. When we are going to use the second method for the polynomials of degree 2 and above, that means polynomial of degree 3, 4 and so on, for all the polynomials we can use the factor theorem. But the splitting method only we are going to use for polynomial of degree 2. So in this video we are going to study only the method 1, that means by splitting the middle term. So method 1, by splitting the middle term. This method is used to factorize the quadratic polynomials such as, I hope everyone know what you mean by quadratic polynomial. In the quadratic polynomial, the polynomial contains the degree 2. Now we are going to considering general form of quadratic polynomial. So general form of quadratic polynomial is ax square plus bx plus c. So this is the general form of quadratic polynomial. Here a, b, c are constants and a should not be equal to 0. If it becomes 0, then whole polynomial becomes linear polynomial. So a should not equal to 0. Here a, b, c are constants and a not equals to 0. So for this equation, number of factors will be 2. Means for the quadratic equation or quadratic polynomial, for any quadratic polynomial, it will get the factors only 2. Why? Because the degree of above polynomial is 2. Means the degree of quadratic polynomial is always 2. So it gives 2 factors only. So always remember, this is one of the important note, number of factors always equal to degree of polynomial. So children, this is very important note you need to keep in your mind. Now let's see how we are going to solve quadratic polynomial by using splitting the middle term. In this method, we will split the middle term b such as, now consider the general form ax square plus bx plus c. Now we are going to split the middle term. Here the middle term is bx. Now we are going to split the bx such that we get p and q here. So how we are going to split? If we add these two terms, we get back b. This is the condition. If we add p and q, we get back the value b, and if we multiply these two terms, we get back a and c. So if we multiply p and q, it gives the value of a and c. Means we need to multiply a and c. So this is the rule. I hope everyone understood. We are going to split the middle term here. We are going to split the middle term. We are going to splitting by taking two another terms. How we are going to consider these two terms means the sum of these two terms should be equal to b and the product of these two terms should be equal to product of AC. So this is the important, and this is the method of splitting the middle term. I hope everyone understood method clearly. Now let's take one example. You will understand better. So this is the example. Factorize 6x square plus 7x plus 5 by splitting the middle term. I will repeat it once again. Factorize 6x square plus 7x plus 5 by splitting the middle term. Children, observe here. It is of the form quadratic polynomial. Here the degree of this polynomial is 2. Right? First write down the given polynomial. 6x square plus 17x plus 5. 6x square plus 17x plus 5. Now we are going to factorize using the splitting the middle term. How we are going to split the middle term? Just recall splitting the middle term method. We need to find two numbers whose sum is 17 and product is A into B. Here the value of A is 6 and value of C is 5. Right? So we get AC as 30. Now we are going to consider two terms which gives sum 17 and product 30. How we should find these terms? So simply just consider the factors for 30. I hope everyone know how we are going to find the factors of 30. What do you mean by factor? Factor is a number that can be multiplied or divided to produce another number. Right, children? So if we multiply any two numbers, we get this number, or if we divide 30 by any number, then the remainder should be 0, then it becomes a factor. Now list the factors of 30. So 1 is the factor for 30 and 2 is also factor for 30 and 3 is also factor for 30 and 5 is also factor for 30 and 6 is also factor for 30 and 10 is also factor for 30 and 15 is also factor for 30 and finally 30 is also factor for 30. So these are the numbers or factors of 30. Now by using these numbers, we are going to split the middle term. How? So here, if we multiply by using these factors, we get 30. For example, take 5 and 6. If we multiply 5 and 6, we get 30. If we add those two, we get 11. Right? Observe here. If we consider 6 and 5, we get sum as 11 and product as 30. But we need sum as 17. So by using hit and trial or trial and error method, we are going to find this sum as 17. Next, consider another two factors here, 3 and 10. If we add these two terms, we get 13 and the product as 30. So it is also not possible because the sum is 13 here, but we need 17. Let us consider another two terms, 2 and 15. Here we consider the two terms or two factors as 15 and 2. If we sum this or if we add these two terms, we get sum as 17 and product as 30. Right? So by using these two terms, we are going to split the middle term. That means we are going to write the middle term as 2x plus 15x. If we add these two terms, we get back 17x. I hope everyone understood up to here. Now we are going to write this polynomial as 6x square plus 2x plus 15x plus 5. Now children, we need to take common term in these two terms and common term from these two terms. In the first two terms, the common term is 2x. In the last two terms, the common term is 5 plus 5. And it is very important note, in this factorization, signs of each term is very important. You need to concentrate on signs of the values here. So here there is no negative sign, so it will be easy to us. Here we are going to take plus 5 as a common, and here in the first two terms we are going to take plus 2x as a common. So in the next step we will get 2x into 3x plus 1 plus 5 into 3x plus 1. If we multiply 2x inside the bracket, we get back the previous one. That means 6x square plus 2x. If we multiply 5 inside the bracket, we get back 15x plus 5. So now here observe 3x plus 1 and 3x plus 1 are common. So take it as common. We get 3x plus 1 into 2x plus 5. So these two are the factors of this polynomial. So factors of this polynomial are 3x plus 1 or 2x plus 5. So this is the solution for this problem. I hope everyone understood well. Now let us consider another example. You will understand more better. Factorize 12x square minus 7x plus 1. I will repeat it once again. 12x square minus 7x plus 1 by using splitting the middle term. First write down the given polynomial here and observe children, here the degree of this polynomial is 2. First write down the given polynomial 12x square minus 7x plus 1. We factorize using the splitting the middle term here. So for the splitting the middle term method, we need to find two numbers whose sum is minus 7 and product is, here the value of A is 12 and the value of C is 1. So if we multiply 1 and 12, we get product as 12 and the sum is minus 7. Now just list the factors for 12 here. What are the factors for 12? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 12 is the factors for the 12. So by using these factors, now we are going to find the terms which gives the sum as minus 7 and product as plus 12. So children observe here the sum is minus 7. That means here it gives a negative sign. So for 12, if we multiply minus 2 into minus 6, we get minus 2 into minus 6 as plus 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 12 are the factors of 12. By inserting negative sign to the factors, we get negative sum. So by using hit and trial method, let's find the terms which we get sum as -7 and product as 12. 3 and 4. 3 and 4 we get sum as +7 and product as 12. Plus 3 into plus 4 we get plus 12, and similarly plus 3 plus of plus 4 we get plus 7, and for -3 into -4 we get plus 12. If we add -3 plus of -4 we get -7. I hope everyone know how we get these values by using operation. In the class 8 you already studied how we are going to multiply negative number to negative number and how we are going to add negative number to negative number. If you have any queries regarding these, you can call me. I will clear your doubts. So in this way we are going to consider the factors here. Now by using -3 and -4, we are going to split the middle term. So we are going to write 12x square minus 3x minus 4x plus 1. So in the next step we get 12x square minus 4x minus 3x plus 1. Now we are going to take common factors from first two terms and common factor from last two terms. In the first two terms we are going to take plus 4x as a common. In the last two terms we are going to take -1 as a common factor. So in the next step we get 4x into 3x minus 1. In last two terms we are going to take -1 as a common. So 3x minus 1 remains here. Observe children, here 3x minus 1 and 3x minus 1 same. So take it out as a common and we remains with 4x minus 1. So finally we get the factors of this polynomial as 3x minus 1 into 4x minus 1. So these are the factors for the given polynomial. I hope everyone understood how to use the splitting the middle term method. So let us solve one more example. Factorize 6x square plus 5x minus 6. I will repeat it once again. 6x square plus 5x minus 6. First write down the given polynomial and observe here the degree of this polynomial is 2. Now we are factorizing using the splitting the middle term method. Now consider children, here a value is 6 and c value is -6. If we multiply we get -36. Alright children. Now we are going to find two terms whose sum gives +5. For that we need to find the factors for this value. What are the factors for 36? 1 is the factor for 36 and 2 is the factor for 36. 3 is also factor for 36 and 4 is also factor for 36 and 6 is also factor for 36 and so on. We get many factors. Right children? By using all those factors we are going to find two terms whose sum gives 5. Now consider, first by hit and trial method you can randomly choose 6 and 6. 6 and 6 gives the sum 12. So 6 into 6 we get 36, but here we have -36. So we need to put one negative sign. So minus into plus, we get minus, right? The sum of these two terms gives 0. So we are not going to use these factors. For one factor, you must decrease the value. So here 6 is the factor, the next factor is 9, and the next factor is 12, and the next factor is 13, and the next factor is 18. So these are the factors of 36, right? Now we are going to decrease one term here. So here we are going to consider 4. So here we need to increase one more. That means we are going to consider 9. So 4 into 9 we get 36. And which number we are going to consider? Negative sign here. So it is purely based on this term. That means if we consider minus 9 here, we get 4 into minus 9 as minus 36. But what about the value of b? If we sum this, we get minus 5. So we are not going to consider these factors because we get minus 5. So we need to find the plus 5 here. For that, we are going to consider minus 4 into 9. So 4 into 9 we get 36, and here minus 4. Lesser number have negative sign and bigger number has positive sign. If we add these two numbers, we get plus 5. In this way, you are going to find the two terms whose sum is plus 5 and the product is minus 36. Now by using these two terms, we are going to rewrite this equation as 6x square plus 9x minus 4x minus 6. Because negative signs we are going to group one term, positive terms we are going to group another term. So the given polynomial becomes, by using this method also you can find the value of two terms. So just verify once again. Here the equation becomes 6x square plus 9x minus 4x minus 6. Now in the first two terms we are going to take 3x as a common, and in the next two terms we are going to take minus 2x as a common, because if we take 3x as a common here, we remains 2x plus 3. Similarly, if we take minus 2 here, we get 2x plus 3. So because of that, we are going to take minus 2 as a common.